Isaac Lee, class of 2024, quarterback.
Welcome to the Gym Class Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Bombo. Here with J.M. Robinson, quarterback Isaac Lee. I appreciate you taking some time out, man, sitting down with me. We had a conversation briefly, and you talked about how basically you did some moving around before you got settled into J.M. Robinson. If you could, just go through me about that process of where you started and how did you end up here?
So I was originally born in Shelbyville, Kentucky. That's where my mom's from, and so I lived there for about 7 years, and then moved here to Concord and then lived here about 2 years until I was 9, and then me and my parents and my 5 siblings, we moved to the UK in Wales, lived there for about 4 years, and then we moved back to Concord in 2019. Went to 8th grade at Winkler Middle School, and then now I'm here.
So I can imagine, I mean, that's like literally full circle, you know, from starting here and now you're back here. Could you talk to me about the process of being over there and kind of being in unfamiliar territory and now coming back? But just talk to me about that if you don't mind.
It was a different experience, but it was cool to experience it at the same time. I kind of got into soccer and rugby over there, and kind of playing rugby. Once we moved back to Concord, I was like, you know, I'm going to try this football thing out. So that kind of sparked that for me.
So when you came back, did it kind of give you a chance to relax your shoulders? You just like, I'm finally back home, or was it like some anxiety?
Yeah, no, I think I was relaxed. I'd lived in the UK long enough, so I kind of wanted to come back here and just get settled in again.
I can imagine that. And then, I mean, you come into school your freshman year, you're looking to get into football, and you have a pandemic hit you, correct? In your freshman year.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, just talk to me about, like, what was it like getting into a football program in that time, and how have you grown into the player that you are now throughout that process, just learning football and basically doing it through a camera and not being able to have your teammates right there with you?
Yeah, it was definitely a different experience. It kind of made me watch film more, lock into the playbook more, because you weren't really around your coaches and your team a lot in person. It was more online. And so that's just kind of molded me to now every game week, studying film multiple hours a week, looking over the playbook, looking over the script, what we're going to run, and just kind of preparing me for what's ahead.
Sounds like a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, it definitely is.
You know, because
definitely helped.
I watched the documentary on Johnny Manziel, and they talk about how you never watch film. Of course, there's going to be some guys that just talented and are able to get by without the film. But how has having that film be a part of your growth and of your development in the game? How has that helped you become the quarterback that you are now?
It's definitely helped me a lot. I think this year it's the most film I've watched in preparing for a game, and it just helps me to prepare me for game time, because if we line up in a certain formation, I know what the defense is going to bring us, so I know what's going to be there, what's not going to be there, and it's just really helpful to use.
So what has been like some of your personal goals throughout the season, or like some of your goals coming into this season?
I think biggest thing for me was to go undefeated. Like, as a team, you know, just gotta keep on working to do that. I really could care less about stats helping me do this. I just want to be a leader for my team and get us a state championship.
So how do you feel like you're on that pace right now? How's that working out for you?
A 3-0 start, I mean, is what you want, because team morale's high and everything, but you still got to stay focused. It's just one game after another. Just focusing on the next week, what's ahead, and not getting too clouded in our minds.
And what do you want to get better at as you go into the second third of this season?
Yeah, I would say just being able to pick up my teammates and be there for my teammates when they need me most. If we're at a losing point in the game or their heads are down, just me being able to pick them up and lead them and say, defense, I got you, we're going to go down here and score, and just being able to be a leader on the team.
perfect segue. Leadership, you know, that's very important, especially at the quarterback position. You know, not every quarterback is born to be a leader.
Yeah.
You know, not every quarterback is able to accept that leadership. What does leadership mean to you, one, and what do you see your role is in the leadership of this team?
Leadership is definitely a big thing to me because my parents kind of taught me from a young age just to being able to like stand out from people, to do things right. And so as a leader, I don't exactly want to put myself above people, but I want people to know that like I'm here to help them, but I'm also here to show them what to do right and the things to do right. And that's just definitely one of the biggest things of being a quarterback. Just kind of lead by example, on the field, off the field, in the school, just by everything you do.
And as you look at, like you just said, your parents and such, what kind of advice have they gave you as far as like being that guy and having to step in this position that, I mean, you've been doing this for 2 years. You know, your team has had success. You had a change of change of coach with Coach Seidel coming in. What kind of advice have they gave you throughout those times that you probably had some uncertainty?
I think biggest thing was to be a leader. Like throughout the pandemic when things were going wrong, to just step and be a leader. Throughout the coaching change, just to be a leader, keep the team up, keep them together, saying, look, we got this, like we're a team, we're one, we're going to get through this one after another, and just kind of to keep my head down and be humble through it all.
And Coach Seidel was an offensive coach, I would say. How has that relationship helped your game personally?
A lot, like all caps a lot, just because coach before wasn't really much of an offensive guy, kind of didn't really know things to call here and there, but Coach Seidel is just a mastermind on the offensive field. He just knows what to call, what the defense is going to do, and it's just helped me to develop and adapt to throws to make, plays to make, and just help this offense to be explosive.
All right, so I want to just get a little bit personal because one thing that I like for the masses to know is you know, and who you are as a person. When someone speaks of Isaac Lee, yeah, the quarterback, we know about that gentleman. But when you talk about him, I know you said you like to play golf. What are some of the things outside of football that you like to do that piques your interest?
Biggest thing, just kind of hang around with my friends and have a good time, joke around, laugh a lot, play basketball here and there. Definitely on the golf course to clear my mind after a confusing week. It just kind of has a sense of peace to it.
Has there been anything that you like take from golf and apply that to football?
So in golf, one thing, kind of you hit a bad shot and it's always about, all right, what can I do on the next shot? And that's just kind of translated to the football field. Have a bad play, throw a pick, have a fumble, just got to have short-term memory loss and just get out there and make the next drive happen.
All right, we're going to use a little rapid fire, you know.
Okay.
Give a short answer if you want to expound on something. That's on you. All right, first question, old music or new music?
Old music.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you consider old music?
Like 60s, 70s. I'm into that jazz type stuff, so yeah.
Give me like some of your playlists then. Like what's something that you turn on that old school?
One of the artists, Sam Cooke, he's one of the big guys that I like. Just kind of got a nice flow. Jimmy Buffett here and there.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. just recently passed away, but yeah, I'd say that's the main two.
What is some of the music that you're tuning into if you do listen to music before game time?
A lot of people, you know, they're in this rap stuff, all this, but me, I'll put on like a instrumental piano or like instrumental jazz, and it just gets my mind focused, it gets me calm, and just really locks me in for the game.
That's nice. Do you play any instruments?
I do play piano and guitar a little bit, so self-taught through both.
Self-taught.
Yeah.
What made you pick that up?
Well, my dad, he used to play piano, still does here and there, and then my brother, he taught himself, and now he's like one of the best piano players I know, so I'm like, there's a piano in the house, why not learn how to play it?
That's nice. That's a nice skill to have. And you know, actually, Shadir Sanders, the quarterback for Colorado, he plays piano.
Nice.
You know, I don't know how that affects. Do you feel like it has any effect or anything you can translate to just knowing that skill and into any sport or just life in general?
I mean, I kind of like picked up on it quick, so it kind of makes you like a fast learner. Yeah, I'd say that's about it. Nothing special.
Next question. Apology letter or love note?
Love note.
Be too hot or be too cold?
Too cold.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Would you ever switch to being a vegan or vegetarian?
I couldn't. No.
No?
No chance. That would be disgusting. No steak or anything. Like for the rest of your life, I couldn't do that.
So what's like your diet these days? You know, do you look to bulk up a little bit more as you go to the next level? Do you like where you're at? Like, where's your diet plan?
I mean, I'm always looking to bulk up, but being in a skinny family, I just got a fast metabolism. So whatever's put in front of me, I just eat and eat and eat.
You're like me, man. It's hard to put that.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it. I totally get it. All right. So work to live or live to work?
Work to live.
Work to live.
Yeah.
Could you live without music or live without television?
Without television.
That's nice. That's nice. So, for anyone that doesn't know who Isaac Lee is, that's never had a chance to watch a Bulldogs game, that's never had a chance to see you, what would the message you leave for them when they hear that name, Isaac Lee? Is there anything particular you can think of that you would like people to know you as?
A leader, a competitor, just go 110% in everything I do. Just kind of stand out from the crowd and not fit in it, and just be me.
Well, Isaac, I appreciate you taking time out there
Yes, sir.
to sit down with us. Looking forward to seeing you guys' success this season, and Godspeed, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.